Hello and welcome to this SSL Season 25 broadcast. We have Minors, Second Division, Matchday 9 happening tonight. I'm your host, play-by-play, Patrick, and I'm bringing you three great matches. We have Seoul MFC taking on Cairo City. We have Inter London hosting CS Rova, and we have Montreal United taking on and hosting Athens FC. First up's going to be the Cairo City Seoul game. They have met twice this year, once in the Cup and once on Matchday 8. Cairo City taking both those 1-0 in the Cup, 5-3 on Matchday 4. So you know Seoul is bringing everything they can to stop that run from them. Seoul 2-0-3 in their last 5. Walker up top, Twinkle Toes in net for them. Then you have Cairo City 3-1-1. And Fatari up front, Johnny Crying in net. As it stands on the table, Cairo City sitting at second with 19 points. Seoul sitting at fourth with 6 points. This team has played each other 45 times. 20 wins for Cairo City, 24 for Seoul, and there's been a lone draw kickoff. Cairo City gets it, and over to Damu. Damu looking human, slides and sends that out of play. Somebody a throw in for Cairo City. Throw in for Seoul, Imad over to Doug. That pass goes a little bit off target, and Damu comes away with it. Duck sends it back to Crying, who sends it up to Dusk. Sends it back to Crying. Walker adding pressure. Crying gets rid of it, but it comes back to Dusk. Long clearance, and it just comes to Twinkle Toes, and they pick it up, and they're looking for the next play over to McLeod. Ross Bob, back to McLeod. McLeod up to Doug. Doug over to Imad, but not a heavy pass, but Imad still gets it. Imad running. Imad sends it in, and Luke Walker is right there, but they're saying offsides. Checking it right now. Goal is awarded. Luke Walker buries the pass from Imad. Luke Walker with a great timed run, as we're going to see right here. AO kept them on sides. Dusk didn't stand a chance, thinking that they were offsides, not seeing their other player who was running alongside of them. Great shot by Walker to beat Johnny Crying, and it's 1-0. Seoul. Morgenstern up to Zmenka. That gets taken away. Grizz over to Yoon. Sends it up, and Twinkle Toes grabs it up and rolls it out to Morgenstern. Morgenstern over to Imad. Imad with it now. Sends it over to Hunt. Hunt over to Shravenko. Over to Salaka. Rossbach. Salaka with it. Sends it in. Headed. And good cross by Salaka, but nothing comes of it. It's going to be a goal kick. Luke Walker starting us off at the 5th minute. 2 shots for Seoul so far on target. Hugman getting booked in the 10th minute. Grizz on the free kick. Sends it in. And that's just a little over the bar. Still 1-0 Seoul. Rossbach, Salaka, over to Shravenko, sends it in, headed down, and Luke Walker with their 2nd of the game, 7th of the season, to give a 2-0 lead to Seoul over Cairo City. Starting off fast, 21st minute. Shravenko sends it in, Luke Walker out jumps Yuzhang and puts it in the net. Emad tries to clear it, and Grizz comes away with it. Grizz of Cairo City sends it over to Vaughn. Vaughn. Back to Grizz. Over to Yuzhang. And that's going to be over the bar. Moving right along, Emad with a corner for Seoul. Sends it in. Headed, and it's just a bit wide. Could have been the 3rd goal for Seoul, but it stays 2-0. Johnny Crying free goal kick, sends it up. Cairo City's able to settle it. Greer over to Adamu. Over to Duck. Duck with it. Duck. All the way back to Cry. Up to Dust. Greer. Dust. Tries to find the Fatari, but that ball is intercepted by Soul. Ross Bob up to Salaka. Over to Hunt. Hunt on the run. Hunt over to Luke Walker, and that shot just goes wide. Luke Walker looking for the first half hat trick, but it went wide. 3 shots on target for Seoul, none for Cairo City so far. We have 5 minutes left of this first half. We're already through it. 3 minutes of stoppage time. We're through the first minute and a half of it. McLeod over to Ross Bob, up to Salaka. Salaka with it over to Shrevenko. Shrevenko, good touch. Over to Luke Walker, and Luke Walker gets the hat trick. If it's onside. I'm going to be mad if it is because it ruined the call. Offsides. Luke Walker straight in an offside position. Shrevenko with a great pass across, and you'll see that Walker is just a little bit past him to be offside. And that's halftime 2-0 Seoul. 9 shots, 3 on target, 3 for Cairo City, none on target. XG favored Seoul, 1.85 to 0.30. We're going to get a brief halftime break so I can drink some water, and we'll bring you the second half in just a second. We're going to have Valkyrin and Stan Smith coming in for Cairo City on the subs in the half. Hugman sends it in. Dusk heads it out. Greer clears it even further to McLeod. McLeod takes it for Soul. Soul on the attack again. Soul with a 2-0 lead. Sends it in, and that's headed out. It's going to be a corner for Soul. Doug the second over top of this ball. Both hands red. Sends it in. Headed around, AO gets it out, but Hunt comes away with it. Hunt up to Doug. Doug over to Morgenstern. Over to Doug. Doug back, and then we're going to the sim. Throw in for Soul. Imad gets it over to Hugman, who gets it back to Morgenstern. All the way back to Twinkle Toes. Up to McLeod. McLeod over to Shrevenko. Back to McLeod. Over to Ross Bob. Over to Salaka. Salaka turns. Looks. Sends it, but Smith intercepts it. Over to Valkyrie. Over to Yuzhang. Over to Adamo. Up to Smith. Smith just coming on. Smith over to Nefatari. And that shot is saved. It's going to be a corner for Cairo City. Greer over top of this corner. Sends it in. Headed over the bar. It's going to be a goal kick. Cairo City coming out quickly and getting 2 shots on target to start the half. They're looking to take this deficit and gain the lead. Greer with it over to Damu. Damu trying to beat Doug. Does. Sends it over, but it's stopped. Greer with it over to Yuzhang, over to Clariz. Bounces around and it's out. I believe it was off of McLeod. It's going to be a corner for Cairo City. Cairo City, 55th minute corner, sends it in. Headed. Morgenstern heads it further. Vaughn comes away with it. Cairo City still on the attack. Cairo City knocking that shot. That cross is blocked by Hugman, goes out of play. It's going to be a corner again for Kyra City. Greer gets another shot at this one. Greer sends it in. Headed out, and Vaughn comes away with it again. Vaughn tries to get past Emad, but doesn't. So it's a throw in for Kyra City over to Grizz, over to Ayo. Ayo sends it in. Ayo, and that cross is grabbed down by Twinkle Toes. And now Seoul looking to kind of flip the possession a little bit. They've been playing in their own end for the majority of this half. Gets it up to Hunt. Morgenstern. Up to Emad. All the way up to Hugman. Hugman back to Emad. Back to Doug. Passing it around right now. Sitting in the middle of the field. Loses it to Smith. Smith running now. Smith looking. Smith gets it up to Nefertari. And that shot is saved, but Nefertari was offside. Valkyrian sends it over to Greer. Greer with it up to Ayu. Ayu with it. Ayu looking. Pass was blocked, but it comes to Yuzhang, and Yuzhang buries it. Makes it 2-1. Kyra City cuts it in half off of a great pass that was blocked and just falls to Yuzhang. Yuzhang finds it and buries it. We still have over 30 minutes left of this game. And Kyra City's now brought it within 1, and they've been controlling the game in the second half. Slowly building that XG. Emad up to Hugman. Over to Emad. Emad looking to create another goal for Seoul, but that cross was grabbed by Johnny Crying. Puts it down, kicks it. McLeod heads it. And Seoul comes away with it, but bad pass goes to Valkyrian. Smith with it. Finds Nefertari. Twinkle Toes clears it, and it comes to Hunt. And they're looking at Luke Walker. Luke Walker running now with Dust. Shot. And it's a good save by Crying. But it's going to be a corner for Seoul. Emad over the top of this corner. Sends it in. Cervenko over to Morgenstern. And Johnny Crying pounces on the loose ball in the box. Cervenko up to Doug. Doug up to Hunt, but that is taken away. But it comes back to Seoul off of some deflections. Salaka sends it in. Headed down. And Crying's able to pick it up and make the save. 15 minutes left. Still 2-1 Seoul. Seoul regained possession here in the second. Ross Bob up to Salaka. Salaka over to McLeod. McLeod over to Morgenstern. Over to Emad. Emad up. Finds Hugman on the run. Adamo marking. Falls down. Hugman open. And they send it to Emad, and it's intercepted by Kyra City. Now Yuzhang has it. Yuzhang over to Smith. Morgenstern, good defense to take that away. Hunt with it now. Hunt up the sideline. Hunt looking. Hunt sends it over. Cervenko touches it back to Ross Bob, who sends it into Doug second. Back over to Hugman. Shot! Bounces off of Johnny Crying, and Kim Hugman with a goal to make it 3-1. Seoul MFC over Cairo so far. 10 minutes left. Ross Bob finds Doug. Doug sees Hugman. Shot. Bounces off Johnny Crying's outstretched arm and in. Big goal by Seoul to keep the lead up to 2. Extended up to 2. Now Kyra City's on the attack. Heavy touch by Damo. And Min is able to take it away. McLeod over to Rossbob. Rossbob with it. Rossbob up to Salaka. Salaka over to Hunt. Hunt looking, sends it in. And it's taken away. But Rossbob gets the loose ball. And now Doug second has it. Shot! Diving Johnny Crime. But that shot was over the bar. 5 minutes left. Greer with a free kick. Sends it in for Cairo. Headed, and Twinkle Toes saves it. Cairo City moving pressure up, making Twinkle Toes try to have a decision on where they're going to send it. They choose Morgenstern, who sends it up to Doug. Doug's now running with Smith marking. Up to Human. Smith still marking. Smith's played great defensive since coming on as a sub. Emad with it. Yu Zhang dives and gets it up to Nefertari, and Nefertari's running now from Cairo City. Turns around and gets it over to Adamu. Greer sends it up. McLeod heads it back, but Grizz comes away with it. Sliding tackle, loose ball. It's cleared. It's going to be a goal kick. Thought it was cleared, but it was just kicked over the bar. Huberman with it. Taken down. Nefertari's going to get to the loose ball. Nobody seems to know who wants the ball because it just keeps bouncing everywhere. And now Adamu with it for Cairo City. Cairo City. Yu Zhang with Adamu. Greer. Shot deflected. That's going to be a corner for Cairo City. Greer over top of this corner. 3 minutes of stoppage time. We're in the 90th minute. And Twinkle Toes takes that out of the air. Flying through it, and we're at the 93rd minute, final minute of the minimum stoppage time. It's kicked out, and there's full-time whistle, and Seoul MFC beats Cairo City 3-1. 7 shots on target for Seoul, 3 on target for Cairo City. 56% possession for Seoul MFC. Player of the match is going to be Luke Walker with the brace. Early brace, too. Kim Hyuk-min added the extra goal in the second half. Over on the other side, lone goal scorer is going to be Yu Zhang. Best player was Ikon Ayo for them with a 7.1. We'll get ready for the second match of the day, which is going to be Inter London hosting CS Rova. Inter London, CS Rova meeting for the second time of the season. The first game went to Rova 2-0. Head-to-head, Rova has not lost to Inter London. Inter London is leading the second division, so they're looking to change that and get their first ever win against CS Rova since CS Rova has been a team. Hans Grundner was the lone goal scorer in the last match against them for CS Rova. And get into the kickoff here. 5-0-1 for Inter London in their 4-0-1 for Inter London in their last 5. CS Rova is 2-1 in their last 5. Standings, like I said, Inter London up top with 21 points. Rova sitting in third with 14 points. Rova kicking off. They're going to be going from left to right here. Q Jr. with the ball. Sends it over to Schwarte, and it's good sliding tackle by DeMarco, who intercepts it and kicks it out of play. Throw in for Lizard. Over to Blabe. Blabe with it. Over to Mendez. Mendez sends it up to O'Neill. Back to Blabe. Blabe with a chance shot. Schwarzer blocks it. Fern kicks it, and it's going to be a Inter London throw-in. Close to the corner flag. Lizard taking care of that over to O'Neill. O'Neill sends it in. Over to Mendez. Mendez shot. Big block by Q Jr., and it's cleared out. DeMarco with it. Inter London getting some chances early. XG jumps up to 0.45. Q Jr. into Grundner. All the way back to Fern. Fern over to Q Jr. Q Jr. turns, gets it over to Shermans. Sherman's back to Q Jr. Q Jr. with it. Q Jr. sends it in. And headed out. Shorte with it over to Rocket. Rocket shot is blocked. It's going to be a CS Rova corner for the Wombats. Q Jr. over this for CS Rova. Sends it in. Headed out. Rocket's going to win the race and look to do something with it. Rocket with it. Sends it all the way back to Schwarzer. Schwarzer up to Fern. And now we're back into the sim. No shots on target for Rova yet through the first 15 minutes. 2 for Enter London. And this sim is going. All the way up to the 35th minute and beyond. And here we have a throw in for CS Rova. It's now raining. Kalinins over to Shorte. Shorte over to Turk. Back to Kalinins. All the way back to Urena. Urena finds Shorte. Shorte looking. Shorte trying to beat O'Neill. Sends it in. Headed back out. Kalinins with it. Kalinins turns. Kalinins. Ave marking over to Rocket. Rocket over to Kalinins. Over to Turk. Shot. That's over the bar. Possession favoring Enter London, 57 to 41. 59 to 41 now. Sherman's over to Q Jr. Over to Turk. Turk's bad pass is taken away by Kane. Kane with it. Q Jr. takes away the heavy touch. Turk. Kalinins. Fern. Kalinins. Fern. Urena. Up to Rocket. Rocket looking. Rocket finds Shorte. Shorte with it. Shorte cut. Shorte shot, and it is high and wide. Great opportunity by Rova, but the Wombats don't get it. Stays 0-0. 43rd minute. DeMarco back to Hutchinson Jr. All the way back to Cacao. Lizard. Sliding tackle, but then Mendez follows up with a shot, and Schwarzer makes a save. O'Neill sends it in. Headed all the way out. It's going to be another corner for Enter London. McZerl over this corner. Sends it in. Headed. Still loose. Blabe over to Kane. Kane up to McZerl. McZerl shot. Good save. McZerl was offside. 1 minute of stoppage time and we're through that. 0-0. 8 shots. 4 on target for London. 6. 1 on target for CS Rova. Enter London controlling the game with 58% possession. Rova leading in the XG 9.94 to 0.73. Get halftime subs and we'll be right back with you. No halftime subs. London kicks off. They're now heading right to left. Rova heading left to right. Rova is heading right to left. Hutchinson Jr. with it, and we're into the sim. Been a quick first half. Total time of the game was probably about 5 minutes of the first half. And we've already simmed 7 minutes of the second half. Lizard with it. Lizard over to Francis. Francis over to DeMarco. DeMarco shot off the post and in. Sharko DeMarco giving Enter London the 1-0 lead. Schwarzer did not stand a chance at that. Lizard over to Francis. Nobody closes out, gives him time, leaves with DeMarco wide open. Kalinins cannot recover. Schwarzer can't save it, and it's off the post. And it's a 1-0 Enter London lead, courtesy of Sharko DeMarco. Kane over to Sharko. Zoro with it, sends it in. Fern clears it. Francis takes it away. Turn time. Over to Francis, over to DeMarco. Shot is well over the bar. Sherman's has a little bit of space. Sherman's turns around and loses it to Lizard. Lizard with it. Over to McZearl. McZearl settles it. Rocket takes it away and gets it over to Kalaninc's. Kalaninc's back to Fern. Fern over to Kalaninc's. Back to Urena. Urena up to Turk. Turk with it. Mendez marking back to Fern. Blabe marking. Over to Q Jr. Q Jr. Fern, Kalaninc's. Fern, Turk. Turk, Urena. Urena, Fern. Q Jr. A lot of passes. Trying to stretch out. Enter London. Sends it up to I Love Ziegel. Header! And it's in! List for I Love Ziegel with the header. Ties it up. 1-1 off of a great pass. Q Jr. sees Grudner sees I Love Ziegel running. Ziegel flips it with the head. Cacao misses the clearance off of the change off the head, and it's 1-1. Grudner, Q Jr. Q Jr. over Grudner. Q Jr. over Sherman's. Taken away. Grudner with it now. Sends it over to Shorte. Shorte one touch. Too heavy. McZearl comes away with it, and Inter London has it. McZearl sends it all the way up. Headed around. And Grudner's going to win the race to the loose ball. Grudner with it. Sends it over to Kalaninc's. Bad pass to Mendez. And they find Kane. Kane with it. Kane shot. Big save by Schwarzer. McZearl, full in action in this game. Sends it in. Headed down. Aiden Hutchinson Jr. gives London the 2-1 lead. Great corner by McZearl. Finds Hutchinson climbing the ladder. And the header gets past Schwarzer. 2-1 Inter London. That was a 63rd minute goal by Aiden Hutchinson Jr. to give Inter London a 2-1 lead. Inter London's been controlling the game for the majority. Sharko DeMarco booked in the 69th. Down to 15 minutes left. JQ Jr. booked in the 74th. Cacao, free kick, sends it up to DeMarco, who sends it back to them. Jerkingham over to Lizard. Lizard with it. Lizard up the sideline. Lizard looking. Lizard sends it in. Header, and Schwarzer comes down with it. Schwarzer, deep kick. Sends it up to Mendez. O'Neal shot. Big save by Schwarzer. Schwarzer keeping Rova in the game right now. O'Neal with the corner now. 13 minutes left in the 90. Sends it in. Headed around, and McZearl's going to win the race to it. McZearl with it. McZearl over to Hutchinson Jr. Finds DeMarco. DeMarco sends it in. And Schwarzer dives over the loose ball. We're now down to 10 minutes left. Still 2-1 Inter London. 85th minute, DeMarco with the throw-in. Sends it over to Kane. Inter London looking on the attack here. Hutchinson Jr. over to Francis. Back to Hutchinson Jr. And Rocket takes it away. Rocket running up. Sends it over. Bad pass. Mendez gets it. Back to Mendez. Mendez over to Lizard. Lizard over to O'Neal. O'Neal, edge of the box. Turns. Sends it over to Lizard. Lizard back to O'Neal. O'Neal into the center. And Ryan O'Neal beats a couple Rova players and buries it to give Inter London a 3-1 lead. Little give and go to Lizard. And then beats Grudner. Fern tries to clear it, but nothing's there, and it's 3-1 Inter London. I Love Ziegel kicks off. Kalaninc's up to Fern. Rova has been perfect against London, but it looks like London is going to end that streak. Looking to get their first win ever against CS Rova. Schwarte with it. Schwarte sends it in. Callanan's shot is over the bar. And we're into the 90th minute. We have 4 minutes of stoppage time. 92nd minute. Lizard into Francis over to O'Neal. O'Neal already with a huge goal over to DeMarco, who had a goal, and that shot is blocked. Kane comes away with it. London's still with the ball, and it's knocked out of play. Now we're into the 94th minute. Lizard throwing it in. McZerl back to Lizard. Over Grundner takes it away, and there's the final whistle. Inter London wins 3-1. Thanks to 10 shots on target compared to CS Rova's 2. We had goals from Sharko DeMarco, Aiden Hutchinson Jr., and Ryan O'Neal. On Inter London, player of the match goes to Ryan O'Neal with an 8.1 match rating. Played a great game and led the way for London. Over on Rova's side, Liz for I Love Ziegel with a great heading goal to tie it, but nothing after that. And Rova falls. We're going to have Montreal Atheni coming up next. Montreal taking on Atheni. Last time these two teams met was on match day 4. It was a 1-1 draw. Head-to-head, Atheni with 10 wins, Montreal United with 17 wins, and there has been 9 draws. Both of these teams looking to get a win today. Montreal is 1-1-3 in their last 5. Wang Zihao up top. And then you have Staple up top and Cobry in net, and Atheni is 0-2-3. Standings, Montreal sitting in 6th, Atheni sitting in 5th. Nunez kicks off. Atheni is going to be going from left to right. Skovgaard up to Esposito. Montreal is going to be going right to left. Weaver with it. Tries to get it past King, but King comes away with it. And we are simming. We're through the first 10 minutes of the game. And we're beyond that. Coming up on the 20th minute mark, and we go beyond that as well. So not much. It's a good defensive game. Free kick for Kronkowski. Kronkowski goes off the wall, and it's going to be a corner for Montreal. Andrews Jr. over this corner for Montreal. Sends it in. Headed, and it is saved. It's going to be another Montreal corner. Kronkowski over this corner for Montreal. Sends it in. Headed all the way out. Wang Zhao with it. Over to Kronkowski. Back to Wang Zhao. And Kronkowski was offside on that first pass. .34th minute, Andrews Jr. with a corner for Montreal, sends it in, headed. Wang Zihao comes away with it, tries to get it in, gets it over to Buccaneer, but it's taken away by Staple. Staple's off and running. Staple loses it to Morley. Montreal back with the ball. Jones, Buccaneer. Back to Gibraltar. Over to Andrews Jr. Kronkowski now looking to beat Stitcherson. Kronkowski with it. Kronkowski loses it to Stitcherson, and it's tried to be cleared, but Jones comes down with it for Montreal. Andrews Jr. with it. Over to Jones. Jones over to Buccaneer. Into King. King shot, and it's wide. It's a goal kick. And we're past the 40th minute. We're down 5 minutes left of this first half. Morley with it. Up to Zaref King. All the way up to Darigus. Skovgard now with it for Athenine. Athenine sends it up, and Morley's going to come away with it. Morley up to Jones. Jones over to Zaref King. King with it. King up to Hayes. King back to Morley. Morley over to King. King up to Hay. Hay over to Buccaneer. Buccaneer back to Morley. Morley over to Jones. Montreal looking to stretch Athenine out with all this passing. Gibraltar over to Buccaneer. Back to Morley. Morley over to Zaref King. Morley all the way over to Andrews Jr. Andrews Jr. with it. Going over to Kronkowski. Loose ball. Wangsy Howe finds it and buries it. First goal of the season. The loose ball just falls to Wangsy Howe's feet. And they turn and fire, and we have a Montreal goal to give them the 1-0 lead. Ball bouncing everywhere, but let's not take away from the shot that they put behind that to go top corner. No chance at saving that. And we're at halftime, 1-0 Montreal. 4 shots on target. Athenine hasn't had one on target yet. Possession favoring Montreal, huge, 65%. XG favoring Montreal, 0.54 to 0.07. We'll get your halftime tubs, and we'll be right back into it. Kickoff. Montreal is now going to be going left to right, or left to right on your screen. Gibraltar with it. Really quick first half. I mean, that was probably less than 4 minutes of the first half. Jaeger kicks that out of play. It's going to be a throw-in for Montreal. Andrews Jr. over this corner for Montreal. It's been all Montreal all game. Sends it in. Headed. Zaref King with it. Sends it over to Andrews Jr. Shot from Wangsy out. Another shot. Both of them blocked, but that one goes out of play. It's going to be a corner for Montreal. More action in this first 2 minutes than most of the last half. Headed out. Wangsy out. Finds Darius. Darius' shot is blocked. It's going to be another corner for Montreal. Montreal just knocking on the door, hoping to get another one here. Sends it in. Headed, and it's Rock of Gibraltar, who is just so tall that they didn't have to jump much to bury that into the net to give Montreal a 2-0 lead. Andrews Jr. finds Rock of Gibraltar, and they are able to just head it right in. Huge goal for Montreal, taking the 2-0 lead. They've been controlling this game since the start. All Athenine's been able to do is get yellow cards, looking to build something. Bailey gets it up to Stitcherson. Stitcherson with it. Stitcherson looking. Turns around, gets it over to Bailey. Bailey with it. Shot! And it's going to be saved. It's going to be a corner. Corner goes out of play. It's going to be another corner for Athenine. Munoz over top of this one sends it in, and Hernandez comes away with it. Sorry for the typing. Gronkowski sends it out to Wangsy out. Now shot is saved. Carberry. Wangsy Howe with it. Shot, and it's off of Esposito. It's going to be another corner. Another shot, and it goes out of play. It's going to be a goal kick for Athenai. Coming up on the last 10 minutes, Montreal's been dominant in this game overall. Zilla over to Bailey, back to Zilla, up to Stitcherson. Stitcherson with it, loses it. Jones comes away with it over to Gibraltar. Gibraltar over to Zaref King. Zaref King with it. Up to Hay. Hay looking. Hay shot. Big save. Andrews Jr. over this corner, 83rd minute, sends it in, and Cobbery comes away with it. Two minutes of stoppage time. We're already through the first. Corner for Montreal. Where have we heard this from? Andrews Jr. over this corner, sends it in. Headed out. Zaref King comes away with it over to Andrews Jr. Montreal still attacking. Sends it over. Esposito clears it. Gets it up to Weaver. Weaver with it. Weaver back to Staple. Staple running. Staple over to Weaver. Weaver back to Skovgaard. Skovgaard looking. Gets it up to Jaeger. Jaeger with it. Over to Munoz. Munoz with it. Up to Staple. Staple shot! And that's a good save. It's going to be a corner for Athenai. And we're past the 2 minutes minimum. So this might be the last action of the game. Last action of the match day. Sends it in, and Fernandez comes down with it. And there's the final whistle. Montreal United gets the 2-0 win. 10 shots on target for Montreal. 61% possession. Player of the match, Henry Andrews Jr. 2 assists. Of the 2 goals, Rock of Gibraltar and Wang Zihao. Not much to write about if you're an Athenai fan just looking to build off that and come back stronger. We'll do the final wrap-up in just a second once it pops up. There you have it. 3-1 Seoul over Cairo City. Inter London 3-1 over CS Rova. And Montreal United 2-0 over Athenai. Inter London stays in first. Cairo stays in second. CS Rova stays in third. Seoul sits in fourth with 9 points. Montreal moves up with their second win of the season to fifth. And Athenai falls to sixth. Thank you guys, as always, for tuning in to the SSL. This has been Miners Second Division Match Day 9. I was your host, Patrick. I love you guys. Hope you have a great night. Bye.